Hello and welcome to Yoga and Asanas, my YouTube channel. My name is Anna, and if you're here with this class, it probably means that you are experiencing some anxiety. I'm not sure if I might be quite the yoga expert, but I'm definitely an expert on anxiety for myself, in myself. So today the class is going to be a mellow yin style class, and for it you will need, I recommend that you find a blanket, something that we will fold in different shapes to make us feel more comfortable. So I hope this class serves you well and helps you ease the anxiety. And if you're ready, let's start. We're gonna place this blanket or a blanket underneath our hips. We're gonna sit on it for some breathing work. So if you have sensitive knees and you want to sit in a different position, by all means do it. You can always place blocks underneath if your abductors are tight. And one of the first things we do unconsciously when we experience anxiety, stress, we feel overwhelmed or fearful about the future, we constrain our chest and we constrain our breathing, how we breathe. So if this is you and you feel a lot of constriction on this area, we're gonna do this kind of pranayama or breath work that is going to help you vibrate everything along the pipes, the inner pipes of the body where we breathe. And so there are two things to keep in mind while we do this work. The first one is the inhales are shorter than the exhales. So you deliberately elongate and prolong the exhales. And we inhale through the nose and we exhale through the mouth, which is not something we commonly do on yoga, but I find this is quite soothing for the nervous system. And now the other thing to remember is on the exhale, you're gonna emit a sound. It can be a note, different notes, it's up to you if you wanna make it more dynamic or just stick to something. And when you make a note, a sound, you produce a vibration within, and that helps relax the muscles at many different levels, or including even the fascia of the front, which accumulates this tissue, connective tissue, accumulates all the tension that most of the times we're not able to release with the daily rhythm that we've got. So we're gonna do this work, pranayama work. I will start and you can join me whenever you feel ready. And basically you inhale through the nose, and on the exhale you make a gentle sound. For as long as you can. It might be shorter than what I've done or longer, it doesn't matter. Just focus on having the exhales longer than the inhales, okay? So I'm just gonna continue at my own pace, and I hope you do the same wherever you are. I will let you know when we're about to finish this breathing work. Inhale deeply and exhale with a sound. Inhale again. Letting all the air out and inhale again. Exhale deeply and inhale again. If you want to make it more dynamic, you can include something different to it, like singing like a improvised melody of your choice, or you can stick to one note. Inhaling deeply and exhaling with the sound, vibrating everything. And you can place your hand on the chest if you want to, or both hands, and feel the vibration shaking internally your body. Inhale again. The lower the note, the deeper the vibration within yourself. And 2 more times. Inhale deeply. And inhale for the last time. Make it a good one, something that feels good for you. Once you release all the air, bring your hands on top of your legs again and observe your body. Notice the body sensations around your chest or your throat or even your skull right now. Observe. Be curious. Even when we are experiencing anxiety, we can bring mindfulness and curiosity to it, you know. It is possible. It's difficult, but it is possible. So during the whole class, I will invite you on some of the asanas that we will be doing today to remember and bring this breathing exercise, this pranayama exercise. And for the sake of the class, I won't make any sounds on the exhale. So you can choose to make or not these sounds. But what is important that you remember is to always exhale longer, in a longer pace than your inhales. Okay? So inhaling, bringing the hands at the heart, Anjali Mudra. Exhaling, lowering the arms. Inhale, palms over the head, and exhale, the left palm goes to the floor. You place it on the floor, and exhale, you start bending to the left, and on the next inhale, lengthening the right arm to the side, the right palm is facing down. Don't collapse the neck, and we're gonna stay on this pose for a few breaths, cycles. So come back to this dynamic of shorter inhales and longer exhales, very gently. Observe if you can bring all the oxygen you're inhaling closer to your right rib cage. So bring it all the way down through your lungs, your belly, your rib cage. On your next inhale, bring the right arm close to the middle. Exhale, lower that right arm on the floor. Pause for a few seconds. Feel the blood rushing all the way back where it was before we did this stretch. Inhale, bring the hands at the heart, Anjali Mudra. Exhale, soften your shoulders, your neck. Inhale, hands over the head, stretching, lengthening the spine, the trunk. Exhale, right arm goes on top of the mat. And inhale, bring the left arm over, closer to the right side, closer to the floor. Exhale, stretching a little bit more and finding that sweet spot for you to pause and hold the pose here for a few breath cycles. Remember, exhales deeper and longer than the inhales. Unless you feel dizzy or something is not working right for you right now, then just come back to your normal breathing pace. Otherwise, join me in these shorter inhales, still deep, but even longer exhales. On your next inhale, press with the right palm to bring the left arm to the middle. Lengthening a little bit, and exhale, lowering the left arm on the other side of your body and observing these sensations happening right now. Checking within and grounding yourself on the body, on the present moment with your body. Beautiful. We're gonna transition to the floor and keeping the blanket underneath your bum, protecting the sit bones. And if you have tight hamstrings, this is always something very kind to do to your body, to put a blanket or blocks or a cushion, a pillow, whatever you've got at home under your sit bones. And we're gonna keep the knees bended, and you decide how much or how little, how deep you wanna keep the knees bended. In my case, because today is a soft practice focusing on the experience and not so much on the poses, I'm gonna keep the knees like this. So we're gonna do this variation of this pose, a yin pose. So whenever you're ready with your legs parallel and your knees flexed, inhale, lengthening the arms, bringing them over your head. And lengthening the body, looking up in between your arm. And exhale, we go forward. And maybe you want to open the legs a little bit more so your chest can fall in between. And your arms, your palms are facing up. And you need to find your limit. And once you find the limit of your body right now, move back a little bit. If I had to put in a number, let's say move 20% back. So if you could go so much deeper into this pose, don't go there yet. Move back. And once you find that comfortable place before you reach your frontier, the frontiers of your body today with your palms up, then we're gonna let the trunk come forward. And if you don't have any cervical issues, any issues on your neck or vulnerabilities, then you can let the neck hang. Otherwise, then keep a straight neck looking in between your feet. But if not, then let all the upper part of your body to fall forward to get closer to your legs. So your chest will come to your thigh, your belly. And we're going to stay here for a few breath cycles. So just make it comfortable. Just find comfort within this pose. Your sit bones are being padded, they're being protected. You have not reached the limit of your body yet. You came back, moved backwards 20% so you can enjoy this pose differently. The experience of being soft and bringing some kindness to the body, especially if you're experiencing anxiety right now. This is something that can be very beneficial, just granting yourself some kindness right now. And we come back to the pranayama work. So inhale deeply and feel the sensations and how different they are now that you are on this pose when you inhale. And exhale very slowly, either making a noise, projecting a note, or just exhaling in silence. If you know your Ujjayi breath, your ocean breath, you can always bring this also to the practice today. It's a great pranayama technique, and it also vibrates a lot of the muscles around the throat, which we tend to constrain when we're feeling anxious. If you notice that the upper part of your body is you're getting closer to the floor with it, and gravity is helping you with the stretch, then allow it, as long as it doesn't feel painful or that you're putting any strains on your body. Allow it. And always with some curiosity about this, observing the sensations and if there's anything that changes or not. Focus on your breath. If your mind wanders around, that's okay. That's what the mind is used to doing. But just let's help your mind find another way. Break the cycle of always living in the mind, on the thoughts of these projections of the future and the past, and come back to the sensations of your body and your breath. We're here for 3 more breath cycles, so just make the best of it if you find a way to do that. Last breath cycle. Inhale deeply and exhale very gently and very slowly. very softly begin to lift your head if it wasn't lifted already, very gently, slow, intentionally, mindfully. Once you feel that your head is parallel to the floor, bring the palms down, facing down, and come to your fingertips. And use your fingertips to press your body and bringing it upright. But again, very slowly, don't rush it. We just directed the blood towards a different direction. So you don't want to get dizzy or rush into it. Let gravity take its time to help the blood go where it belongs. And find a straight back if possible. And we're gonna come to a lay down. But before we do that, see if you can fold the blanket again, make it a little bit higher than it was before, and place it on your sacrum or your lower back. So lay down and press. Lay down, don't press. Just bring the blanket underneath the sacrum in your lower back. You have to adjust and play and see how it feels like. And we do this supported bridge. The elevation is small. If you have a block and you feel like placing a block, then do that. But if you just have a blanket or a pillow, this is also great. And this is the counter pose of what we're just doing. So a light, mild version of the bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. So if we were bending forward, right now we're doing the opposite action. But it's a very gently action, very gently bend backwards. And just tuck your chin in slightly to align the neck a little bit more with the spine. And when you're ready, return to the breath that we're practicing today. So deep inhales, but much longer exhales. And observe if it's possible for you with every exhale to melt with the floor, to get even closer to Mama Earth, to feel your body melting with the yoga mat, releasing any tension, anything that is not serving you. And when you breathe, also see if it's possible to bring the air all the way to your belly. Inhale deeply and exhale very slowly through the mouth. Inhale, filling the belly completely, and exhaling very slowly. on the last breathing cycle. So inhale deeply, and exhale very gently, very slowly. Lift your hips and remove the blanket. And now I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do actually. We're gonna fold the blanket as if it was a noodle or spaghetti. Okay, so this is how it should look like. And we're gonna place it along the spine. So if you have neck vulnerabilities, you should still find room to place your neck at the end so your head can be resting. So hopefully it matches, it goes all the way from the sacrum, the coccyx, to your neck, and you just very gently lay on top of it. And you can readjust. So the blanket in my case is right before my tailbone ends. But, you know, if you have a bolster or another pillow, just find a way. This is the intention of this pose, is to open all the front part. And in order to do that, we are gonna, in order to focus on the top part, upper part of your body, bring your feet to the edge of your mat, yoga mat, and so letting the knees rest one against each other. So the legs are very passive, they're just hanging and resting in the middle. And now in the front part, you have a little bit of an opening with the blanket underneath or the bolster, the pillow, whatever you've got. And you have the option to leave the arms face with the palms facing up. Or if it feels nicer, you can bring cactus arms, or just letting the arms, bringing the hands over your head. So you decide. There are 3 options, and if you find a 4th option, awesome, just go with that. Go with what it feels best and nicer for you. So find your posture, find the comfort, and let's get back to breathing, and breathing intentionally. Inhaling deeply and exhaling very slowly through the mouth. Softening the face, softening the cheeks, the neck, the shoulders. Inhale, feeling and lifting your belly, and exhaling very slowly. Inhale deeply and exhaling very gently. Inhale deeply. Inhaling deeply, filling the belly with all the oxygen you can, and exhaling very gently. Two more cycles, inhaling deeply, exhaling slowly, slowly, snail pace, snail speed. And the last one. Inhale deeply and exhaling. And as gently and kindly as you can, remove the blanket from underneath and unfold the blanket completely and cover yourself with it, unless it's really hot where you are and you'd rather not to. This is a millennial yoga way of covering yourself with a blanket. And readjust yourself in the mat if you need to, and if you have sensitive lower back, you can stay like we were with the knees in the middle resting against each other, or you can straighten your legs and come fully to Shavasana, corpse pose. So cover yourself, don't get cold, get cozy, feel comfortable, feel supported and nurtured by your breath. And you can either come back to the breath that we're practicing today, or just come back to stillness. Come to stillness and do what feels right for you. Focusing on your body sensations. And observing again if it's possible for you to let something go with every long exhale. Staying with your body sensations a little bit longer, just for a few more breaths. And you can either stay longer in Shavasana if that's what you really need right now. Otherwise, start to begin to move your ankles, rotate your ankles, wiggle your toes, start bringing some movement also in the hands. Stretching one side and the other if that feels right. And come back to a seated position. And observe your body right now. And if you want to, you can also have a look at your mind, your thoughts, your energy, the whole self. How are you feeling right now? Inhale, bring the hands at the heart and press with your thumbs your chest. And if you can feel your heart beating, then great. This is what it feels like to feel alive. And inhale, lift your chest slightly. Exhale, lowering the shoulders and just bring in some gratitude. Good job for taking this time for yourself. Nurturing with your yoga practice and bringing some kindness into difficult periods that comes when we're feeling anxious. So good for you. I hope you get better soon and that this practice serve you well. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.